Okay, and I'm back again. My name is Jimmy Emerson, and I have the How to Jimmy Show. You have tuned in. It's part of the fabulous What's Up Vegas magazine. One more time, I sound like a broken record because people say, Jimmy, I went to your site, Las Vegas, What's Up? And they put whatsup.com. It's What's Up Vegas. What's Up Vegas.
But the way I say it is, What's Up Vegas? So
That's
you have
even
to do,
better.
you have
We
to do
should
it
do
that way.
Okay, all together. What's Up
Vegas.
I love it. Well, let's do that. Okay, I'm here today with my dear friend Rob Schlegel. We go back a long time. And Rob, of course, has been around Vegas for many years. So how many years were you born here? I mean, it feels like you were.
Yeah, I came as a baby in arms.
Of course you did. Okay, but he's been a part of the gay community and the political scene and the entertainment scene. He's touched on it all.
I'm not sure about entertainment. Come on.
Well, you gave me a good article one time in your magazine, and I appreciate it. So I want to kiss up in case you do it again. But Spectrum Magazine, you can find Rob at roblasvegas.com. That's a nice website. Very good. Let me say your name. Mr. Rob Schlegel is with me. And my new friend, Andre Wade, it is?
That is it.
Andre, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. Well, Rob, we know, does the yearly voters guide. Well, not yearly, usually the midterms.
Every time there's an election.
Every time there's an election, Rob is famous for his voters guide. It has helped me over the years like you can't even imagine. This year was kind of cut and dry, but I still appreciated your insight on all the, the minor elections, like Judge so-and-so.
It's those border region elections.
Exactly, because I don't
about,
know, but I trust your opinion. And you take the time to research and you lean toward what's good for certain people and what's good for other people. And I appreciate that. And Andre, you look very businesslike. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I usually have this in my head, but I don't want to forget anything. So I brought some paper with me.
Good for you.
So I'm the state director for Silver State Equality. We are a statewide LGBTQ plus civil rights organization. Our mission is to bring the voices of LGBTQ plus people and our allies to the institutions of power to create a world that is healthy, just, and fully equal. And we've been around since 2019.
Amazing. Good for you.
And personally, I'm born and raised here.
Oh, a real Las Vegas person.
Yes.
Yeah, I came here in '85, but so that's I got married in '91. So how long have I been married? 31 years. I don't know. I don't do the math. Anyway, I've been here a long time. I consider myself born here. I should have been at the Strip, with a cigarette in one hand, a cocktail in the other. Who's in charge here?
That's where I thought I saw you last.
I think you're right.
Well, I wasn't born here, but I've been here longer than both of you. So.
Okay, well, I love that. Very good. Well, let's talk about what we're here to talk about today. The political scene, what's going on? What's your view, real quickly? I know we could talk for days.
Well, real quickly, I'll say you should have voted, or you should have voted my way. But that said, keep calm, carry on. Make sure you pay attention to what's going on, and not all Republicans are horrible people or something like that.
Of course,
it's like they weren't informed, didn't understand, or whatever. We're going to pay the consequences for a while, but for God's sakes, don't give up. Don't give up on yourself.
Because we've been here before, Rob.
Don't give up on the country. That's keep going.
Exactly.
Watch things. We'll go to the courts.
Stay alert.
Right, exactly.
And if we have to, we'll do what we've done in the past. Fight. I hate to quote somebody, but that's what it comes down to. And I've been in all the fights,
We're going to make it. Yeah. And it's going to be tough, but we'll make it.
We have to stick together.
And we've got groups like Silver State Equality.
Yep.
That, we have groups. Silver State has been fighting for us for a long time. And sure, everyone was hoping things were different and they turned out, but we're organized. We have the infrastructure in place, and we'll do this.
Yeah, we will. Like you mentioned, Rob, the election turned out the way we didn't want it to, but we knew that Trump was going to do what he's doing now, which was cause chaos. And their plan was laid out in Project 2025, and they are sticking to that plan. So if you want to look at a roadmap of what is to come, just look at Project 2025. And so right now he's sowing chaos.
Yeah.
He's taken up the airways with a lot of misinformation, and he wants people to be distracted. But at the end of the day, we have to stay focused. We have to stay focused on democracy. We have to stay focused on our community. And we will get through this, but we have to get through this together.
Exactly. We were warned by a lot of people about the Project 2025. And of course, Trump was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I
Right.
never heard of such a thing.
Right.
And already he's checked off 10 of them, points from
You
it.
mean he was
So,
lying? He was lying?
can you
Really?
imagine that? Oh,
God.
I'm shocked. But this Project 2025, you can actually look it up online and read it.
Absolutely.
They said it's 900 pages or something,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
been condensed many times to the basic points.
Yes.
And so that's pretty much an outline for what he's going to continue to do.
Yes. If you want to get bullet points about what it means for the LGBTQ plus community related to Project 2025, you
Right.
can just go and Google Project 2025 LGBTQ plus, and you'll get those briefs
Yeah.
with bullet points.
There's a
You
lot
don't
of
have to
information.
read all of it,
You're
but
right. Yep.
I printed that monster out, and yeah, it's there.
Yeah. So you've read the whole thing.
I have not read the whole thing.
Okay.
How many
But
trees did you
enough
cut
to get
down for
you-
that?
I don't want to talk about the trees, but I felt like I'd be forgiven.
All right.
But what I always say, and I've said this from day one, it's not just the LGBTQ community, because if we worry only about ourselves, which it's normal to worry about
Sure,
yourself first, of
sure.
course, but we have to worry about the women. We have to worry about the immigrants. We have to worry about the environment. You have to take all those things into consideration. And it's just like Progressive Leadership Alliance of Nevada, which is PLAN. You have to make a coalition with other people who are affected in other ways, and together we can come together and actually accomplish something. So don't just worry about the LGBTQ community. Worry about
The whole picture.
racial discrimination, discrimination against women,
Women's
the right to
rights.
choice. Worry about immigrants. For God's sakes, those immigrants are so scared right now. Worry about the trans community. I may be gay, and that has nothing to do with being trans.
Right.
It's orientation versus gender identity, but the trans community is in a world of hurt right now, and we need to worry about our trans brothers and sisters.
It's true. So you feel like in the first 10 days, it's already been catastrophic with the airline crashes and the economy of groceries are supposed to be lower. Now, it's going to hurt a little bit. Well, it's going to hurt a lot, obviously. But, personally, every day I get up, I read the news, I read several news, and I'm an entertainer. I'm not a political person, but I can tell when something's not right. And for me, something's not right.
Yeah,
So-
you don't have to be a political person to just have an understanding of what's
attention.
going on, to pay attention.
Right.
It's easy to not want to read a headline or read a story because you're just not in the mood. If you're not in the mood, just go back to it, because
Right.
the media is there to tell you something. And the conservative movement at this point with Trump, they're against the media. So they're using the media to just distract us and to distract them. And I say that because that's where all the information lies. But underneath that, as Rob was mentioning, there's this coalition of people that we're all a part of. The LGBTQ plus community covers a gamut of folks, regardless of race and gender and all the other things. And so it's not just about us, it's about all of us.
Of course, but it's important that everyone stays knowledgeable about what's happening, but don't get crazy about it. We're going to have to address these issues as they come.
Yes.
And there's a lot more coming from what I can tell. So what's your advice to just a normal queen like me? What do I do? I mean, I have homes, I have dogs and cats, and I work in clubs. I support almost every charity because I love doing it. It's special for me.
I would, if you get information, let's say about a community event, we have several that's going to be happening. If you yourself aren't going to attend, maybe you have 5 or 10 friends to send the information to see if they want to attend or
Right.
just to be informed. And so it's about passing information along. And in this moment where we're post marriage equality, where a lot of people have sort of backed out of the movement,
Yeah.
I believe that this Trump administration is going to cause a lot of people to get back in the movement.
Should we be concerned?
We
Because
should
I'm
be
married
concerned.
now 15 years
We should
legally.
be concerned. You should be concerned.
Yeah, we
We
file
have-
our taxes together. We have business together, me and my husband, and we own our own home. And what's the worst thing that could happen for us?
Well, I am a Capricorn, so I'm always thinking about the future. I look at these messages, and there have been canaries in the coal mine.
Uh-huh.
When you had the decision around reproductive rights, and Clarence Thomas mentioned marriage equality was sort of on the chopping block to be looked at.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're in the Trump administration and they have a list of things that they want to do, rolling back marriage equality is one of them. Whether or not they're going to be successful, we don't know. There'll be a lot of court challenges, a lot of pushback.
Is there a reason that they want to get? I mean, it's not hurting anyone, right?
It hurts their philosophy and how they see America,
As Christians.
and etc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot to talk
And so
about.
this swing in the pendulum is about who is in control of how Americans, who's going to be considered American, and how we're going to see ourselves as Americans. And so now we're in this conservative swing where that's where you get a lot of the rollback on gender diversity. You're getting a rollback on, like, LGB seems to be like okay, like they're like fine, whatever. But anything around trans folks is like they're not cool with it. They're using DEI, and we should always say the whole thing: diversity, equity, and inclusion. Don't say DEI, say diversity, equity, inclusion, because right there it tells you what it means. But they're using it as a wedge issue because they're going to take all these terms and use it against us, and they are very good at that.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind.
That's important to know because that was his excuse. I have common sense. Really? Give me a break.
And we need his followers to have common
Well, you know,
sense,
it's kind of like when we started getting the same gender marriage, and a lot of us, I've done it myself. We talk about it as same sex marriage. So the religious right coined the term same sex marriage because they want the word sex in there because they want people to think about what we do in the bedrooms or allegedly do in the bedrooms. And it's not about that. Being married is not about sex. It's about a relationship, and it's about a partnership, and it's about your rights and you know, being with someone that you love.
Thank you.
It's not about sex. And so we need to call it same gender marriage.
I agree with
But
that.
and we're all going to mess up, and I do it all the time. I call it same sex marriage, but we want to, you know, watch what we say and stuff like that. And the other thing is, I would like to point out is I've always said politics. My friends will say, "Oh, I don't want to get political. I don't worry about politics, and oh, that's just politics." And I say politics is about life, and every single thing that's happening in politics today affects our lives.
Of course.
So when people will put you down for talking about politics, or oh, I don't vote, my vote doesn't matter. Well, wake up, smell the coffee, and we had a florist on earlier. Smell the roses.
Exactly. Exactly. But
Politics,
your vote does count.
Politics is your life, and
Yeah.
it does matter. So protect yourself and make sure you vote, and make sure everybody else around you votes.
Yeah, people want you to think your vote doesn't count till you don't vote, and so you don't vote, so they win. So there you go.
And then we end up in a situation now where we have to stand up again like the old days. I mean, I marched for equal marriage, you know,
Yeah.
equality, and to be accepted LGBTQ plus. It's hard to, from the old days when I mean, I'm old. I admit it. You know, I'm almost 40. Shut up. Anyway. But I have fought in Texas. I'm from Texas originally. I've marched. I've fought just for gay rights. No, it was way before we even talked about having marriage rights. You know, the actual fact. We just said, yeah, didn't they used to have a thing called domestic partnership?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure, of course.
You could still, but it wasn't marriage.
Right.
It was just a piece of paper that you
But
may as well
it
just
was a
draw up a
brilliant
will.
strategy, and that's one of the things that helped us get marriage equality, because it domestic partnership was used as a wedge in the courts
Yeah.
to turn over the laws against same gender marriage.
Right.
So it was a brilliant strategy, and we need to thank Senator David Parks
Sure.
for that.
Well, we could be forever. My show is called How to Jimmy Vegas. We focus mainly, as you know, we focus on entertainment and the fun things, but I can't ignore it if I'm going to be on a show of any kind. We have to touch on it. And thank you both for coming and just talking openly about it. We're at the first of this new presidency, and he's doing everything he said he was going to do, and it's going to get worse, in my opinion. But all we can do is, correct me if I'm wrong, is just stick together and pay attention to what's going on.
I'll give you some concrete information. So on Thursday, February 13th, we're going to have a community gathering town hall at the center from 5:30 to 7. It's an opportunity for people to come and voice their concerns, their fears, give any ideas. We might try to have some updated information on what's happening at the federal level, but more importantly, how it impacts folks in Nevada. We do have some really fantastic laws in Nevada that provide the buffer to us. But I know that people want to come together and know like what's happening and what can be done. So February 13th at the center from 5:30 to 7. Also, there's a legislative session started today. If you are interested in being engaged in a legislative session to weigh in on some of the priority bills that we as Silver State Equality and the larger Equality Coalition is prioritizing, then you can sign up for trainings, legislative
Nice.
trainings, know how to get your voice heard
Right.
during the session. And there's also a lobby day in Carson City where we're going to be flying up, maybe busing people or flying people up to Carson City on April 16th to have a lobby day at Carson City.
Oh,
and
yes.
again, engage in the legislature.
I'll promote that as much as I can. I'll do my best to be there.
Awesome.
That Carson City, that's the capital. People.
Yep, that's the
They
capital.
think Vegas is.
That's the capital. And lastly, we will probably have something after the town hall. This first town hall community gathering will probably just be a free-flowing event, but we might do something like a Know Your Rights sort of seminar as well.
That's great. So if people want to know more and more about what you're talking about, Andre, it's silverstateequality.org. We'll put it up on our screen. silverstateequality.org, full of information. You can join. You can support all the events that you're planning. And Rob, you're always so vocal about the elections and what to do. And once again, I love your voters guide.
Well,
Don't
it's
stop
not just
doing
about
that.
being vocal. So listen, everybody out there listening to this in TV land, when you go on your social media and you comment about Jimmy's wig or Jimmy's outfit,
Right.
it doesn't take much more to just also make a little note on there and maybe post about this event at the center or the voter thing or the legislative.
The word of mouth, get it out.
Exactly.
there.
So
Yeah.
everybody needs to help. Use your social media contacts and promote this stuff. And
Yep.
when it comes time to vote again, it's
That's
the
right.
same thing.
We're back to square one, folks. We got to get out there and vote, get the word out, talk. Don't be shy about it. Don't get obnoxious about it or mean about it either, because that doesn't accomplish a thing.
So what is
Got
the
to be
date for the center
organized.
again?
Thursday, February 13th from 5:30 to 7.
And
Perfect.
legislative is
The
April
Equality Lobby Day is April
16th.
16th or 12th. Now you got me guessing.
I think it's the 16th because my birthday's the 12th.
I think you
Did
said
I
the
mention my
16th.
birthday's the 12th of April? Sorry, just had to put that up there. Listen, we could go on and on. We're out of time, but I want to thank you guys again. You're always welcome back.
April
Glad-
16th. April 16th.
April
Okay,
16th.
all right.
Okay. We'll put all that up on the website. What's up.Vegas. What is it? What's up.Vegas. Thank you, Andre and Rob. You guys are great. And we'll be back with more fun on the Jimmy Show. Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.